Right, hello there ladies and gents, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be working on this Nintendo Switch 2. This has been sent in by a customer because he bought it brand spanking new and he, for some reason, for whatever reason, repasted it. So what that means is he's taking it all apart and he, just as it goes to a white screen, he's taking it all apart and he has attempted to change the thermal paste on it. Why, I do not know, but he's attempted to change the thermal paste on it and now he just gets this white screen. So with that being said, my name is Hakko, I'm an electronics technician. I mainly work on games consoles, but I do work on other stuff as well. So if you do that kind of thing and you want to see more, then be sure to get subscribed and turn on the bell notifications, and that way you won't miss any future videos. If you need to organise a repair, whether that's on a Nintendo Switch, a Switch 2, a PlayStation 5 or anything else, get in touch at thecoda.repair. You can send me an email, you can get a quote, and I'll do my best to help. So with that being said, let's get into today's repair. But not before I tell you about today's sponsor, PCBWay. Today's video is sponsored by PCBWay. Whether you've got a simple project that requires a quick mod board or you want to launch your own products to the world, PCBWay can help. With fantastic pricing on multi-layer PCBs, flex ribbons, 3D printing and even laser cutting solutions, you're sure to find everything you'll need all in one place. Custom PCBs start from just $5 for a 1 to 2 layer board with a fast 24-hour build time and free shipping on orders over $30. PCBWay also offer aluminium PCBs starting at just $120 per square metre. Check out what PCBWay have to offer by clicking on the top link in the video description or in the top pinned comment and get your project started today. Thanks again to PCBWay for sponsoring the channel. Now let's get back to the video. Alright, so as we can see here, this has got a white screen. I'm going to dub this as the white screen of death. Obviously, we've never come across this before. These are barely a month old. And yeah, I'm assuming this guy has voided his warranty because of it. So yeah, I don't know what's happened with it, but basically we get this white screen and obviously that's a problem because it doesn't boot up. And yeah, I'm assuming Nintendo probably won't help him because of the repasting thing, but we're going to do our best. We're going to see what we can do. I've never worked on one of these, so I do not know what I'm getting myself into. This is the first time I'm seeing one of these in person. I've got to say, I mean, they are expensive, but they are quite nice. I do like the design of it and stuff, but yeah, I'm not sure what we're getting into here because, like I said, I've never worked on one of these and stuff, so yeah, we'll just take it one step at a time, I suppose. Right, so funny this is, I've just gone into my house. I was taking a PS5 apart in the house yesterday because it was a service, basically. And I went in the house to get my screwdrivers. And my partner Sarah was watching something on her phone and she hasn't got YouTube Premium. So an ad popped up as I walked in the house. Guess what the ad was for? A Nintendo Switch 2. They're listening to us, people. They're listening to us. Alright, anyway, like I said, never worked on one of these, so I'm going to have to try my best to figure out how this comes apart. I'm assuming this is going to be very, very similar to the normal Nintendo Switch OLED. I've got to say, I do like the fact that you can charge it from the top. That is one plus, but just one more port that's going to break. I do need to try and source ports and stuff for these. Right, I'm just looking for screws and things. So here's the question, how repairable is the Nintendo Switch 2? The fact that this has been bricked just by, well, I'm assuming just by it being taken apart, I'm going to say probably not very, but we'll see. Right, how does this come apart? I'm assuming from this side, is it? It's a bit tight. That's what she said. Oh. Ew, that's weird. The way that comes out. Okay. Right, I'm going to look up a guide really quickly and just see where you're supposed to pry in from to get this out. I'm sure iFixit will have a guide on it. Yeah, sure they have. Still glued, still soldered, still drifting. Right, okay. Tamper-proofing hidden in plain sight. Okay, let's have a look at Steve's video.
Switch 2 is here. We're tearing it down to see what's new, what's improved, and how easy. It's right here. They don't stick very well, so that's what I'm going to use to pry it out with. And we have one Phillips screw right here that we'll remove.
Screws under the sides of these. Oh, that's awful. Oh no. Not liking that at all. Not liking that at all. So we've got some screws underneath, some stickers where the Joy-Cons connect. Ugh. Oh, that's awful. Trust Steve to do a video on it. Thanks, Steve, for showing me that. Okay. Ah, gotcha. I'm assuming there's more on this side. Yeah. Might have to find something to screw those, but glue those back down with afterwards once we're finished. That's an awful design by Nintendo. Absolutely shocking. So, here's the problem. This is what I'm foreseeing here. People are going to try and get those stickers off, right? They're going to be too heavy-handed and they're going to break these connectors. I will pretty much guarantee this is what we're going to see going forward, is these connectors being broken because people are too rough with them. Guarantee it. Thanks, Steve. Highly recommend checking out Steve's channel. Absolutely fantastic. Steve at Tronic Fix. Awesome guy, friend of the channel. Really does know his stuff. We've got a screw missing there. That's a great start, that is. Okay. Right, so that's what is that? Just an antenna? It looks like it's looks like the antenna's a pressure fit. So we've got two contacts here and here, and it looks like they're pressure fit. That's pretty good because on the OLED they were prone for breaking. That's very, very loose. Okay. Too many antennas, man. Right, okay. What's the deal there? What is that thermal paste doing there? Why has that been put there? I really don't know. Let's get rid of it because it's going all over my hands. I'm assuming that this board has not been taken out. Is that this microphone thingy? Ugh. Do not like the idea of a microphone in a child's device. At all. No, sorry, Bob. Right, okay. So, I've got a feeling something's been damaged. I want to know if the shield has been taken off at all. Doesn't seem to have been. Right, let's inspect around there and just see if anything's been damaged with tweezers or anything like that. So I'm really just looking for any kind of scratches, gouges and, you know, stuff like that. Okay, I'm seeing something here. So just there, we've got like a... what looks to be like a stab mark. So other than that, I'm not really seeing damage as such. So I am seeing a little gouge just here, so I need to focus around here to start with, I think. Let me just clean this up and see if there's any actual damage to it. You know, has it been stabbed through or something like that? Doesn't look great, does it? Yeah, that resistor doesn't look good. Like, that's not normal, that's for certain. So the question is, what is that? What kind of resistor is it? I'm going to measure it on the multimeter, see if I can get a reading on it. So I'll pop my multimeter into resistance mode. Yeah, that's soldered broken. Oh, we've got 100k. The thing is, is it actually connected? I don't think it is. It can't get a reading on it. Oh yes, it can. But we've got 2 ohms. Okay, that is an issue. So what I'm looking at here, right? So I'm getting a 2 ohm reading. That could just be the multimeter lead, but I don't think it would be. So what I'm getting here, or what I'm seeing here, so this trace is going up here and it's connecting over here and directed to here. And when I'm testing from here, on the top of here, to here, I'm getting 2 ohms, which means there's a resistance there. And realistically, there shouldn't be. And the reason there shouldn't be is because the trace is connected directly to itself, right? So we shouldn't really see a resistance there. So what I'm going to do, because the resistor itself is reading fine, it's just the contact between the resistor and the trace. So what I'm going to do is just scrape this a little bit, just expose some of this copper just there. Damn it. I got thermal paste on that. That's not meant to happen. Picked up the wrong cotton swab. Oh yeah, 100% that solder joint is broken. Yeah, look at that. Like, that is definitely broken there. You couldn't actually see that, but never mind. I'm a terrible YouTuber. Keep telling people this, but they don't believe me. I've got thermal paste on the board itself, but I'm wondering how this could possibly have happened. Alright, so I've just exposed that trace a little smidgen, right? And the reason for that is I'm going to try resoldering this. So I'm going to go ahead and just unplug the battery like that. We're going to come back over here. I'm going to add a smidgen of flux, and from what I got in terms of a reading, it looks like it's a 100k resistor. So if it doesn't resolder on, I'm just going to replace it with another 100k resistor, because it appears to be 100k. That's the reading I got on the actual resistor itself. Right, okay, yeah, that resistor's connected. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to grab a donor board which I can put a 100k resistor from. We should, around where M92 is, one of these resistors here should be 100k. So that one there is 50k, that one there is 100k. Alright, so I've got a 100k resistor right there. Okay. Alright, so that's partially soldered. I'm going to drop my airflow right the way down. I'm at 360 degrees Celsius. And that should be soldered. Should. Right, so let's just check resistance from here, which is where the trace goes, up and across to the top of this resistor. 0 ohms. Yeah, we now have a full 0 ohm connection between the top of the resistor and the other side of the other resistor. Let's see if it boots. Connect up the battery. Okay, we get the charging light or the charging icon. Let's see if it turns on. Bit of thermal paste on it, but whatever. I'll clean that off later on. Nintendo logo. Come on. Okay, might not have enough charge in it. No, it doesn't appear to have fixed the issue. We don't get a white screen now. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 or 10 minutes just to charge up and just see what happens. Right, nothing's happening. So I'm going to try a factory reset mode. So that's going to be pressing and holding the 2 volume buttons. And pressing the power button. Still nothing happens. Yeah, still nothing happens. So I've got a feeling there's probably more damage on this. Let's go back under the scope. Right, so I'm just going to hunt around for any more signs of damage. So we've got a scratch just there. So someone's definitely gone to town on this, right? This is just residue I haven't cleaned up properly yet. That's on an angle. Don't know if that's anything to do with it. Right, let's just double check this. So I want to read the other resistor. So the resistor that's just off to the side of it, and just see if that one's 100k. Because I got a 100k reading, but I'm wondering if that was because they was both there or not. You know, that could be reading together as 100k, maybe. So what's this one? 100k, yeah. And this one? 100k. So 92k I'm actually getting while it's in circuit. Okay, that's interesting. Unless it's because it's still got a little bit of juice in it. Then again, that one's a bit damaged as well, right? Let me just touch that one up. I'm just going to try and clean all of this up. So we do have a stab mark here. Whether that's related, I don't know. Oh, that's broken. I think. Is it? Really, really hard to tell. It's such a small wire that it's super hard to tell if it's broken or not. I think it's meant to be connected. It's hard to tell if it's broken though. Let's just go into continuity mode. It looks like it's meant to be connected, but no, it's not broken. Okay. Well, I've just touched up that one connection. We've got no change. Right, okay. I think I'm going to give it another 10 minutes or so. I don't know if there's enough charge in this to turn on. So I'm going to give it 10 minutes or so just to boot up. Or just to charge up. Right, okay. It's the next day. I've left this to fully charge and we're still getting the same thing. So it was quite late on in the day yesterday when I tried to get this to boot up, but we're still getting the same thing. We're still getting that, you know, boot loop. Well, it doesn't boot loop, but it goes to Nintendo logo and then won't turn on, which I think was the original description, even though this was coming up as a white screen when I tried it myself, right? So yeah, I'm really not so sure on this. I don't know what's happened to it. Don't understand how this could have happened. It's obviously going to be, well, I say obviously, it's not obvious, but it's going to be some sort of software corruption, right? So I'm pressing and holding the two volume buttons, just trying to get this to boot into safe mode. It's not having it though. I'll say safe mode, recovery mode rather. It's just not having it. Yeah, it's just not booting into recovery mode at all. I wonder if it goes into... No, it can't be going into RCM mode, surely. Let's try just the volume up button. No. Just the volume down button. No. Looks like it's just doing the same. So it's supposed to be the volume up and the volume down button and then press the power button. It is very awkward to press them while the housing's not together though. Interesting how they put the light sensor on there. That's going to make it more expensive to repair. That's for certain. No, we're getting nothing on that. It does seem like it just can't load up the software. I'm going to have to maybe take the CPU shield off. I'm wondering if anything's been done to the CPU. But has this shield been off? Because it certainly could have been, right? The shield could have been taken off. I don't think there's anything on there that's going to be required for it to boot now. What's under here? Okay, let's have a look under here. Right, I don't know what any of these are. See, it looks like none of these ribbons have been out, so I can't see how it can be anything on the other side of the board, really. I mean, this one maybe, but... Oh, hello. So I've unplugged the fan. And now the fan's spinning. Or the fan started spinning. But then again, when you've got a loose connection on the fan, it does spin full speed at all times. So that could be why. It did attempt to turn on as well. When I plugged that fan in, it attempted to turn on. And now we're getting a... Well, what appears to be like a constant boot loop. Take a look at that there. Interesting. I want to remove this shield. Okay, so that makes it easier just to access things. I am wondering if this shield has been taken off at some point, because how else would that have been damaged, right? this area. Okay, let's have a look. No, that hasn't been cleaned off, has it? No, I don't think that thermal paste is fresh. Doesn't look like it to me. I'm just wondering how that shield could have got damaged, right? Because, sorry, not the shield, the components around by the shield. I'm wondering how they got damaged. It doesn't make a lot of sense. No, I'm not seeing any damage around there. Right, well, I mean, at the minute, I think there's a few too many unknowns on this. I don't have any reference points for it. I don't have any voltage references and stuff like that. The issue I've got here right now is that I don't know what else has been done to this. There's very obviously been some mishandling on this, and what that's causing, I don't know, but the CPU certainly seems to be powering on. And obviously there's some logic there, and there was some damage to it, but I just don't know what else has been done to this. I don't think it's really worth me taking the board out, because I don't think the board has come out of this. I don't think the board has been taken out at all for the repaste. So it's very unlikely there's going to be anything on the other side of the board. Yes, I could take the board out, but I need more context, and I also need some donor boards really for reference on this, because, well, at the minute, I'm blind, right? I'm absolutely blind, and I just don't know what the situation is going to be. I don't think this shield even came off, to be honest. Same as this other shield here, I don't think that came off. So there's thermal paste around it, but that could honestly be just, you know, thermal paste made its way around it. But obviously, there's been some damage to this, and then, you know, it's been powered on since then with a damage resistor, and that could have caused further damage as well, so I just don't know. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm going to get this reassembled. I'm going to call the customer and just see if he wants to leave it with me until I can possibly get some, you know, readouts and stuff on another Switch 2. Unfortunately, this is the first one I've worked on, and most of the time when this is the case, when we just don't know anything about the boards and stuff, and also I don't know anything about, you know, what's actually happened to this, we end up with cases like this where it's unfixable. So I'm going to leave it there for now, and maybe I'll pick it up in the future, maybe not, I don't know, but for now I'm going to have to leave it where it is, because I just don't know what else to look for. I can't see any more damage on the board, and I just don't know how far the customer went into it to actually do this repasting and stuff. So it is what it is, unfortunately. These things happen. But let me know what you think down in the comments down below. If you enjoy this type of content, be sure to get subscribed and turn on the bell notifications. I'm sure we're going to see more of these in the future, and we'll get used to the boards and stuff like that. But for now, this is going to be a no fix. Yeah, if you need parts and supplies, consolefix.shop, and if you need to organise a repair, whether it be on this device or any other device, you can do that on my website at thecode@repair. But with that being said, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.